Hello everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the next instalment of my series where I share with you some low energy ideas of how you can celebrate the Sabbats. Today we're going to be talking about Ostara as it's coming up very quickly, so I wanted to give you guys enough time to prepare for it and put together some ideas of what you might like to do. So these ideas are simple ones that you can do if you've not been feeling great lately, or you want to focus your efforts on something else in your magical practice but you still want to recognise Ostara. So they should be quite simple to do. I've also tried to not make them too expensive, and most of them are free, but there's some that you can do and they cost a little bit of money if you want to bring some new things into your life that aren't just things you can naturally find in nature or find legally, such as buying daffodils. This is one of my favourite things to do this time of year because I find that daffodils symbolise Ostara for me, because when they start popping up around they are just so beautiful, and the way they look as well, they symbolise that solar energy coming back to us after it's been really cold winter, so I really love that. So I think it's actually illegal if you go out and just cut them and take them, so they're only about £1 in the supermarket, so you can go and buy some of those, bring them into your home. And if you have any flowers in your garden that you have an abundance of already, you could bring them into the house, or buy some different flowers, just like we do with Yule when we bring in a Yule tree. It can help us to bring that spring energy, that fertility, abundance into our homes and help inspire us. The second thing is to go for a walk, and I always say this is the best way to celebrate a Sabbat. This is the way I've always celebrated Sabbats as a young witch, because I couldn't really do anything extravagant, and it's just lovely because you can really see what nature looks like at this time of year. You can look for signs of spring, you can look for signs of the earth waking up after it's been a really cold and dark winter, and it just gives you hope for the warmer months ahead. You could also go out and sit in a park or something and do some journaling to say what you want to get rid of going into spring. It could be bad habits, bad thoughts. It could be that you want to stop spending, which is something that I need to start doing. So maybe having a no spend month. This is also great if you want to do kind of like your own take of Lent. I know a lot of people this year are doing like a Black Lent, but if you wanted to do a kind of witchy Lent, you could do like a no spend, or just think up ideas for a kind of witchy Lent with these things, but with like witchy intentions, not with like Jesus starving in the desert like they used to tell us in assembly. So that's something you could do. You could also clean your space, so if you feel like it, you could do some spring cleaning. I've been running a series lately where I show you guys me cleaning my space to help inspire you, or to just kind of give you that motivation if you want it, or if you want to do something that may be a bit more less energy, that's still like clearing stuff out. You could clear your digital space. I really love to do this, so you could go through old photos, old files, your desktop with all of your bookmarks. You could just delete anything that you don't need. You could refresh your phone background. You could put some lovely spring pictures on it. You could refresh your computer desktop background. Anything like that is really great to do, because we're going into this new cycle of the new season, so it's great to leave behind anything that you don't want in winter and move on to the next turning of the wheel. Spring is all about new beginnings, so it's a great time to start a new positive habit. One thing I love to do is just 1 minute of breath work a day. There are some beautiful videos on YouTube or on the Headspace app if you've got it, where it's like a flower opening and closing that you time with your breath, or like a mountain growing and then growing smaller and things like that, and it just really helps you to relax, and it's a great thing to start doing because it's easier than meditation, because you don't have to get into like a certain headspace to do it. You can just literally do it anywhere. You can do it even without an app or something. Also, affirmations in the mirror in the morning is a lovely new simple habit you can pick up, or you could use this time to plan something to start in the future when you have more energy and more time. I've started doing this, planning things that I'd like to do in the summer when my exams are over. The next thing is to do a simple yin yoga flow. I've loved doing this lately because I've discovered it is my favourite style of yoga that I found so far. It really helps to release trapped emotions and energy that is trapped in the body. So if you're feeling like you're aching a lot, even just doing 20 minutes of this kind of yoga style can really help you feel like you have a weight lifted off your shoulders. It always makes me feel better because it kind of gives you a chance to meditate whilst you're in the poses as well, and to observe any thoughts that come up when you're working in different areas of the body. And it's got great associations with this time of year, so I highly recommend that. One of my favourite things that I love to do when it's like a holiday, when it's like Halloween or Christmas or Easter, I absolutely love to decorate my Animal Crossing island around that time of year. So I have decorations for each different celebration of the year that I keep in my storage, and then I bring them all out when it is that time of year. So after I've finished doing this voiceover, you'll be seeing right now me doing what I love to do every year on Animal Crossing, where I put all of the Eastery stuff all around my island to celebrate Ostara, and it's just so much fun because it's so low energy. You could just be in your pajamas and just live another life on Animal Crossing. I absolutely love Animal Crossing, and you can do the same thing on games like Minecraft, or any other cozy game can help you to celebrate this time of year without going outside, without burning yourself out doing a crazy ritual. So I absolutely love doing that. You could also do some cleansings. I know this is really basic and kind of a little bit boring because it's a bit obvious, but just if you needed reminding, it's a really nice simple practice to do something a little bit more witchy, but that doesn't take too much energy. You could cleanse yourself by having a bath. You could light some incense. You could do anything like that just to kind of release energy that is trapped in any of your belongings or your space or your clothes or anything like that. It's a fun thing to do. Another idea I came up with, I don't know if it's a little bit silly, but if you're not vegan, eat dishes with eggs, as they symbolise fertility and the spring and this time of year. So you could eat pancakes, omelettes, cakes, anything with eggs in it, or just eggs on its own. I absolutely love to do this to celebrate Easter. You could also do that thing where you hard boil eggs and then you paint them, you like decorate them, and you could put like witchy symbolism on them. You could put sigils on them. That's a little bit more high energy though, but just depends what you're looking for this year to do for Ostara. You could also eat loads of mini eggs. I love mini eggs so much. I haven't bought any this year so far because they're so expensive. The price of them just keeps rising and rising. At the moment it's something ridiculous like £1.50 for a tiny bag of mini eggs. I don't know how they're selling any. Well, probably they're selling them because they're delicious, but I really need to go and buy some because they are incredible. But if you don't have them in your country, I'm really sorry, because they are really good. Maybe you could get some shipped in because they are incredible. So you could put them on cakes. This was one of my other ideas. So you could buy some plain cupcakes and then put some buttercream on them and then put some little mini eggs on them, or you could put different sweets that are like Ostara themed. You could get little flowers that you could put on them, like edible flowers, or you could buy those like pre-made fondant flowers to have on your cakes. And you could add sprinkles like pink, yellow, white, green, all of the ostara colours. This means you can still do something creative and baking and witchy that isn't gonna make you stay in the kitchen for hours and hours and hours, because when I bake something it always means I'm in the kitchen for like 4 hours, so it takes a lot less time and it's delicious. So that's a fun thing you can do. You could also have a floral tea, because flowers, as you can see from this video, are a great thing that symbolise ostara. So you could have chamomile, you could have fruit tea, anything like that, or just any kind of tea. I love having tea to celebrate anything. Just to celebrate it being the afternoon is a great way to just have tea to celebrate the afternoon. I just love tea. So you can also plant some seeds. I don't know if it's too early to do this yet, but I am so excited to plant seeds this year, because it's the first time that I'm going to be planting seeds ever, properly, because I have planted seeds before, but not like officially, like a seed sowing ceremony type thing. But if you don't want to get outside and get your hands muddy, you could buy a plant, or you could you go out and buy a plant, or you could buy one online and have it shipped to your door, so you could bring in some new life and it could give you something to look after, because I always find that looking after my plants help me to look after myself, because if you have to water them, then you need to go and have a glass of water as well. It just has a kind of good effect on me. It reminds me to look after myself. So love that, and that's all my ideas. That's all the ideas I came up with when I was in the middle of doing some horrific chemistry and I needed a break. So those are all of my low energy ideas for ostara. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments what you're going to be doing for ostara this year. I would love to hear, and please subscribe if you're not already, because I'm going to be doing this series throughout the whole year to give you lots of ideas of how you can celebrate the Sabbats, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!